Yeah, that happens, and another bunch of horror stories. They were probably going for three, maybe, but they are medium length. So maybe we will cover another extra one, fourth tonight.
Okay. I'm ready. I love that intro. That's awesome.
I'm going to change it though. I'm gathering pictures, more pictures of characters. Those are from thumbnails
Are you
to
keeping
different
the
stories.
music the same though? And
Yeah,
just changing the pictures? I
change
like
it.
the song. It's got a like creepy horror story feel to it. I like it.
Yeah, there is the full version of it. It is only the chorus.
Yeah. I like it.
There is the
That's good. Yeah, it's good. Is that your voice? Did you sing it? Is it a
no,
voiceover?
no, but I can sing. I even had a band
Oh
back in
yeah?
the zeros. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually a violin player. I'm pretty good in music.
Did you play violin in the band? That would be cool.
I
Like
played
some
violin in orchestra, but
is
after
it
that,
was it heavy metal? Was it what kind of music?
uh, it was kind of metal, but with also with some pianos and synthesizers
Oh,
as well.
okay.
So they were like we were three of us. Two of us were with a high education from university music conservatory.
Yeah.
You know, uh, he was also playing a violin, or not a violin, the cello,
Cello. Yeah.
cello. Yeah, and two of us were from the same orchestra playing strings.
Yeah.
And bass guitarist didn't have any musical education because they don't have to.
Nice. Always look down on somebody in the group, right?
Yeah, he was the tallest amongst us, though.
Nice. I love it. I'm not very musically inclined. I kind of taught myself to play electric guitar when I was in the Air Force a long, long time ago. Uh, and just kind of met some friends that played guitar. So I switched to bass guitar, which was really easy. You just follow the
Yeah,
drums.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're
This
right.
is
I
what
needed
bass.
no formal education. I just plucked strings. Not that good bass players do that. I mean, good bass players know what they were doing. I was never a good bass player. Uh, all right.
Eh,
You ready to get into a horror story?
yeah, let's start
Yesterday's
it.
horror stories were awesome. I hope today's are just as good.
So do like my sound is fine. Your sound, can you check the settings if you have those settings, audio, echo
Yeah.
cancellation reduced? There
Is
is this
that
thing with
sounding right? Uh, audio. Yeah. Echo cancellation is on. Reduce background noise is off.
okay, okay, all right.
Is that the way it should be? Should I switch them?
No, I think that you should keep it off. But let's try turn off a cancellation, just like that.
Yeah, you got really quiet when you shut that off.
Yet. What about you?
It does not like that. Like I can barely hear you right now.
Shit. But okay, let's keep it on.
Yeah, I think we have to keep it on because you sound a lot better that way.
Okay then. All right.
Yeah. You want me to start?
Let's do it.
All right. This story comes from Gray Arbor Neon. I don't know what that means, but it's a pretty cool name. I like it.
I like
The
gray and neon. I didn't know that neon can be gray though.
Yeah, and arbor means trees, so something about gray neon trees.
Okay.
That's a different
Okay.
name. I'm sure it has some meaning to whoever made that name up. We're not making fun of it, by the way, uh, just in case you were wondering. We just want you to get credit. It's your story. And now I just lost my.
it,
There we go. All right, I got it. I'm good. I just clicked in the wrong spot and messed it up. All right, so this one is called DM only let elf women NPCs win anything. All right, well, elf women are usually pretty good looking, so maybe, yeah, right?
Usually, yes, they kind of hot.
Yeah. So
You don't let them win everything, though. You don't let hot women win everything.
yeah, plus they're NPCs, so it's not like you can date them, right? If you're going to let anybody win, let your women PCs win, right? How else are DMs going to turn this into a way to get girls?
I don't know. Not many girls are as hot as elves, though. You have
That's
to admit.
true. Some are. You're from Russia, though. I thought all of the women in Russia look like elves.
They are hot.
Yeah,
All of my girlfriends were hot.
all of them.
Yes.
Did you have more girlfriends than we have viewers?
Oh, this is personal.
I don't know how many viewers we have, but is it more than the 0 people watching this right now?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, a few more than 0. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to pry too much. So the DM only let elf women NPCs win anything. This I don't understand this, but we're going to find out. Warning from the writer: I have partial dyslexia, so there will be spelling mistakes. It's all good. Nobody can spell. Yeah, nobody.
Don't worry about it.
Even without dyslexia, nobody in the world can spell anymore. This story is a year or so old, so probably not going to be as emotional as the one yesterday that was super fresh,
damn
right?
it. Yeah, fresh it is, more emotional it is,
Yeah,
more
it's true.
interesting it is to listen to.
Yeah, true. But who knows? Maybe they'll get all hyped up about it as they're writing it down. We can hope. So a year or so back, when I started D&D, so there some of these story parts are going to be a little hazy to them. I'll skip how I joined the game and get right into the story. I was playing a reborn Echo Knight fighter. So this person's going through all different books, because Echo Knight is from Critical Role, and Reborn, I think, is from like Ravenloft or something. So they're pulling from a bunch of different books, not just the
From
basic
Critical
material.
Role,
Critical Role is a
the homebrew.
YouTube channel. You ever seen it?
I know Critical Role, yeah, but
Yeah.
what do you mean by
The
from
Echo
Critical Role?
Knight subclass for the fighters comes from them.
They have this Daggerheart.
Yeah, not Daggerheart. Before Daggerheart, they up until the 3rd season they played D&D, and Matt Mercer created subclasses for I think almost every class in D&D and published them. So Echo Knight was his subclass for fighters. So obviously the DM is allowing third-party material. I like the Echo Knight. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
So they created this reborn Echo Knight fighter who was an edgy pirate ghost. Reborn means they died and came back. So, but not quite like undead, a little bit different, like re-alive.
Which sounds like undead.
It does. It does sound like it to me, but this is a thing in D&D, so I'm trying not to be too judgy because I create some weird stuff too for my own games.
We are here to be judgy.
Yes. All right. I'm judging it. No, I don't care. Play a reborn if you want, but it really is just undead. So I was still new and didn't know yet how to actually play a more dark character. So this pirate was just an angry, antisocial douche. This is how they played them. And I, with the other 5 players, so we get captured and put into these cells. So a lot of DMs seem to like to throw their players in jail. We've had a lot of jail stuff, right?
Maybe that's how most of horror stories starts.
I thought it
Maybe
was
it's
always
just
taverns. Now it's all jails.
the universe is trying to say something to us.
Yes, that all D&D players should be in jail.
I
No,
don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't
going to jail.
know.
I don't want to.
Me
Seems like a
neither.
bad place for me.
Yeah, I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah,
It
me
was
either.
it was Rebir, the druid,
That's true.
stoner.
Rabir is pretty sketchy, and he's always looking for drug deals. So he might end up in jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah, not you, though. So the method of their capture was them getting put to sleep, even though my reborn can't be put to sleep through magic, which the DM ignored. So
Mm.
already they railroaded a little bit, right?
Well, if it is the start campaign and he wasn't prepared for him playing this
Yeah.
reborn,
I would have just beat him to unconsciousness and the others fell asleep. So now you wake up with 1 hit point and everybody else is fine.
yeah, you got a pine cone
A
on your
pine cone
head.
to the head. Yeah. Is
the
that
coconut.
like, is that trademark though? Can we still use the pine cones?
It is not registered.
Okay, then we're good. We're using all the pine cones then. All right, so they get put to sleep, even though the reborn can't be put to sleep. And if they had any elves, they can't be put to sleep magically either. But the DM ignored this anyway. So while in the cells, this person tries to use their echo feature to break out. So the Echo Knight can create an echo of themselves that can do things. So you could cast your
Doppelganger.
echo, kind of, but they're more like a shadowy version of themselves. Not exactly them. Like it's not a duplicate. It's more of an echo. So a shadowy looking version of them.
Like Darkwing Duck and Negaduck.
Negaduck. Yes. So this, I like that better. So this Echo Knight is now Negaduck. Okay.
And he actually can do stuff.
Yeah. So he tries to, or he or she tries to send their echo outside the bars and get the keys or whatever to set them free. Right. That's a good move. I like it. Having my echo look for the keys or pick the lock, but the DM said no. There was an anti-magic field. Is this the same DM from that last time they were in jail? Because he had an anti-magic field too.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. I wonder if it's the same dude. Same
It's
dude got
probably
to another group.
It's probably the same prison though, as well.
It might be. Maybe they're sharing a prison, these 2 DMs. So anti-magic field. So they can't do the echo thing. So our bugbear barbarian then tries to break the bars, which they succeed and they're out. They're able to bend the bars. They try to do the same thing for everybody else's cells, but nope. The DM chose only their cell had old bars and made clear that the bars that weren't old would never break. Not even rolls or anything. Just nope, not going to happen.
Okay,
So bugbear's out. What's that?
Fair enough.
I think so. I mean, I assume the bugbear rolled to see if he could break his bars, and he must have rolled while he broke his.
Yeah, anybody else didn't?
Yeah, figure out your own way out of your cell. Or the bugbear can go try to find the keys. Now that he's out. So the bugbear tries the door to the room to leave the room, but it's locked. So he tries to break the door open. A 26 strength check fails on a wooden door. I think a 26 strength check should have knocked the wall down.
It should make a door to another dimension.
That's it. That maybe that's what the problem is it's to another dimension. But it failed. 26 fails. These are level 1s?
Yeah, what level are they?
I don't
Not
know.
level 1. At
It
least
sounds
level
like they
5.
just started, but maybe not.
It sounds like net 20.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, that's got to succeed, right? So fails. He can't open the door. Eventually, the cells just magically open. We had to wait long enough, and then we just walk out of this dungeon. No one tries to stop us. We just leave. We don't even see anyone. So 1 second, this DM is trying too hard to keep them in there. And the next second, everything just opens and they're out.
He has no clue what he is doing.
Yes, this DM doesn't know what he's doing at all. Or he just got tired of them not figuring out the puzzle that he made for them to figure out how to get out. So he just let him out. But I thought those other ideas were good ideas. He should have let that work. Don't you think?
Yes. You don't railroad to the only one solving a problem. There should be at least 3 ways, right? To solve any problem, any riddle, because players never figure out the way you intend them to be.
Yeah.
To act.
I think I don't even care what the player comes up with. If the player comes up with something I think is unique use of their abilities and it seems feasible, I'm going to let it work. I mean, otherwise, he just made them fail and fail and fail, and then he let them out anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Let him succeed. Okay.
That doesn't seem coherent.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not coherent. He fought him, and then, okay, you can't figure this out, so just leave. I'm tired of you waiting to figure out my puzzle.
Oh, by the way, BBEG is also defeated.
Oh yeah, he when the doors magically open, he lost all his powers and died. So the campaign's over. Roll new characters. We'll start again next week. Yeah. So now they're out mysteriously. They're all free magically. So they're exploring the town and had to fight a lone female elf thief. And there's 5 of them, right? A lone female elf thief. We already know she's an elf, so she should win. Because elves are hot and they should always win.
She's lonely.
And she's alone.
She's free.
Yeah.
So there is no husband.
Maybe I help her defeat the party and then we go off together.
Yeah. He should roll with the NPC at this point.
Yeah, I guess this sounds like this is like an adversary though, not like a DMPC. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
So this thief tanked 4 rounds of combat from multiple level 3 marshals and casters. So they are level 3. We just found this out without being bloodied. So a rogue is fighting 5 people, level 3s, for 4 rounds and is not bloodied. Like, how many hit points does this person have?
I have another question back to this 26 strength check.
Yeah.
Level 3, bro.
Yeah.
26 should destroy this dungeon.
Yeah. I think you knock down the whole wall and the outer wall of the prison and you just walk out.
You just dug a tunnel way to freedom.
Exactly. I'm with you. That had to be a nat 20 at level 3. Maybe really a 19, but still 26. That's too much. This rogue, not only can this rogue take a lot of shots, that they're fighting, but 2-shotted the barbarian. And the barbarian takes half damage from most stuff. This is a rogue. They probably aren't using magic. So somehow they 2-shotted the barbarian even though the barbarian has resistance to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage. Right?
Okay.
So
Touche.
now a random lady NPC comes down and instantly defeats the thief that the 5 players couldn't defeat.
Here we go.
There's your
The NPC.
DMPC. Yeah.
Yeah.
We then all went to a local bar. Because, like, I don't know if they do this in where you are in your country, but like if the kids play soccer, at the end of the game, they all go out for ice cream. So that's what they're doing, right? This lady shows up, beats their enemy, so they take her out for drinks.
Do they go there with the enemy though?
The enemy they beat, the random lady NPC shows up and beats down the rogue, and then they all go to a local bar.
Yeah, the rogue. Does
I don't know.
the
Let's
rogue
find
also
out.
go to the bar as well?
I don't think so, unless they're dragging her unconscious body with them. So they go to the local bar and they meet a contact who says she will train us to be level 4. The training itself was said to happen for a few days, and the DM made sure to make clear that this random NPC kicked all of their butts all day, every day, to train them. Right?
All right.
So basically, it's like now we're Karate Kid. Right, where Miyagi beats up the Karate Kid for a few weeks until he learns how to
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi, right? And then they do wax on, wax off, right?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right. And then they end up all level 4 after they get beat up for a week. On the final session, I played with this DM. So this is the
It was
final
the next.
session. What's that?
Was it the same session?
No, it seems like this goes forward a ways after they leveled up. On the final session I played with this DM, we broke into the governor's house. And when we escaped, we were met by a level 20 conquest paladin, Hexblade Warlock NPC. So this is a multi-class Conquest Paladin and Hexblade Warlock combo, who also, of course, was an elf girl. She instantly feared the whole party and killed my reborn character, who used a Misty Step to get onto the roof to run away, but she blasted him with all her Eldritch blasts, killing him. The paladin is then defeated in one turn by a different random elf lady.
This DM is fighting with himself.
He is. Every fight is the DM against himself, and the players are just getting kicked around by everybody.
Sounds like Gothic. Do you know the Gothic series? Like Piranha Bytes, this is the action RPG.
Oh,
they also
yeah?
made Alex. They ELEX.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. I'll have to check it out. Although, if the only people who ever win in a fight are NPCs run by the DM, I'm not sure I want to watch that. Because this is not a riveting campaign at all. This is terrible. Like,
But
why is the DM playing D&D by himself?
Yeah, at least he doesn't role play with himself too much, as in other horror stories.
Yeah,
they tend to do. But there is clear some tendency about those elf women.
Yeah, he definitely likes elf women, and he likes to play D&D by himself while he beats up the players with his own character.
Players, though, I don't understand. He can play with himself.
Yeah, they have solo games. Just play. He's basically doing that now. He just has them every once in a while trying to attack his characters. So this person left the campaign after this because they obviously saw that they're not playing D&D. They're just playing cannon fodder for a DM playing D&D by himself. So My frustration definitely came through in roleplay as my character was an edgy prick. And after I left, I apologized to some of the players for my character being annoying. Anyway, I'm glad to say I've been having a lot of fun playing D&D and Pathfinder over this past year. I've learned a lot, and I hope that DM has fun games with other people who enjoy his style. Sorry, this isn't super crazy or insane like other stories. Hey, don't sell yourself short. This is nuts. This DM is bad, right?
Yeah, beating up himself is not the best way to run games for other people.
Yeah. I mean,
Just keep in
the
mind.
this whole article, this whole letter, we don't hear of anything he allowed the players to do successfully.
Maybe they were. Yeah, pretty much.
They
And
can't
I
get out of a
mentioned
cell.
Gothic,
Go ahead.
and I mentioned Gothic because there you start as a nobody.
Yeah.
So you are free to do everything, but you are beaten up by everybody. And this style of games,
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, you shouldn't win every fight even in D&D, although in D&D if you don't win a fight, you could get killed. Um
This is
so
basically, I'm a huge fan of Gothic and Alexander, this studio,
yeah.
and everything they make. Actually, for this reason as well, they don't drag you from point to point, from quest to quest. You have to figure out everything.
It's open world.
It's a complete open world. It's not
Yes.
like a pseudo open world. This is a true
Yeah.
stuff. You
Yeah,
can act.
that sounds fun.
All right. I'm not going to preach about them anymore.
No, you have me sold. You don't have to sell it anymore. I'll look it up for sure. It does sound fun to play. And I don't have any problem with characters getting beat up a little bit, especially at lower levels and getting abused a little bit. But why is all of the DM's characters all great? Why are they even meeting a level 20 character at level 4? For a fight, I mean, like that doesn't make any sense. Obviously, this DM spent a lot of time on this character because he didn't make a stat block for it. He made a multi-classed character sheet, right? Conquest Paladin, Hexblade Warlock, right? That's not a stat block. That's an actual, you created a PC on D&D Beyond, and now you're running them as an NPC or a DM PC.
He might even have a backstory.
Yeah, probably, but they're not going to find out because they're just getting killed. I get the impression, though, the way this person talks about they kept being annoying in the game, maybe the DM was trying to get rid of them. Do you think?
By the way, yeah. But what about the rest of the party?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe as soon as he killed this player's character off, the rest of the party somehow won or made friends with this guy, this NPC.
Yeah, this annoying part. Yeah, it does sound suspicious.
Yeah, because they even say at the end that they apologize to the group for being annoying.
We haven't heard anything about that previously.
Yeah, they said something at the beginning about being a angry antisocial douche. They said at the beginning, and then at the end they call themselves a edgy prick. So he is basically admitting that he played a character that was annoying and may have been annoying to the players as well.
Yeah, right. Completely forgot about that part of being annoying, the edgy.
I'm wondering a little bit if maybe this person didn't go above and beyond being annoying and the DM killed their character to get them out of the game. I'm not really sure because I don't think we have a lot of the story here. I don't like the way the DM's running this game, though. Do you?
No, I don't like it when a DM starts to play with himself. I haven't seen that, but from other horror stories I've heard a bunch, of them doing that.
Yeah,
It does speak some volume about these DMs.
I
What
agree.
about those solo D&D?
Yeah.
Like they have it is like this old school text RPGs.
Yeah. Yeah, there are games that I forgot what the one is called. Um, I list Me, Myself, and Die. It's called a podcast where a guy plays a solo game. Um, Me, Myself, and Die. And Tale of the Manticore is a really good one where he plays by himself. He's basically storytelling, and he has voice actors voicing some of the other characters. But he's basically playing the game by himself. So
All
it's
right.
it's not bad when it's done well.
Okay.
But this guy invited 5 people to watch him play D&D with himself.
Yeah, he needed a stage.
Yeah, that's what he
He
needed.
needed.
He needed an audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like this one. Do you see any comments on here that are exceptionally judgy?
Very poor DM. Man has a type. There are
Yeah,
not a lot of comments.
not
This
a
is a
lot. Well,
warming up.
one of them says, you said it, this sounds like a very poor DM. And then the writer of the article responds and says, he claimed he was experienced, though. I doubted that when he gave my character a homebrew magic item that was a, a little too
Eh,
strong. It was a revolver that did, from what I remember, a D10 of damage per shot, gave me the ethereal spell, and didn't require ammo, and let this person cast Misty Step. Yeah, that's way too powerful for level 4 characters. Um, so I'm guessing this DM is not very experienced, or just doesn't really know how to balance the game very well.
What about the Misty Step? You can cast it at third level now.
Yeah, Misty Step, I'm fine with this weapon being able to do, but not requiring ammo
Oh,
is
that.
crazy.
Oh, this is from from
From the
the
pistol that,
gun.
yeah,
Misty gets.
gave him a gun that
Oh.
does 1d10 of damage per shot, gives them the ethereal spell, which means they can basically turn into a
Oh.
ghost, and attacks go through them, and then doesn't require ammo and lets them cast Misty Step. That's
Yeah,
three
it
more
doesn't. It
things
doesn't.
that than you need in a level 4 weapon, magic weapon.
This is legendary.
That's pretty beefy for a level 4 character.
Shit, this is disbalancing. This is disbalancing completely.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I don't like this. Uh, the DM, he's got to learn at some point how to do the game better. I don't like the way he did this game, but I wonder if the writer downplayed how annoying they were being in the article. I think they may have even been pissing off their own players, the other players.
I would really appreciate him coming to our stream and
Yeah.
reply all of those questions.
Yeah, Gray Arbor, if you ever see this, reach out to us. We'll have you on to answer some of these riveting questions.
Riveting.
We need to know. We need to know the truth.
We can't find it out without your help, though.
Yeah, we need you. We can
Unfortunately.
make it up, but we'd rather
Yeah,
hear your version.
it's better for you.
Probably, because we're assuming the worst, kind of, but that's what we do,
As
right?
always. As always. Yes, that's what
It's,
we are here for.
yeah, it's a horror story. We're supposed to assume the worst. All right, you want to move on to the next one?
Yes.
Let's do. Oops.
I can read the author and the name, the title,
Go
and
for
after
it.
that you go for the rest.
All right.
So the next, so this story is from Salaria 007, just like James Bond.
Yeah.
She wanted attention, he wanted control, we wanted out. Sounds like fun. Okay. He
It
wanted
sounds
control.
a little more emotional, right? Just the title.
It has some uh, Radiohead vibes.
Okay. I like that.
Okay, creep. I'm referring to creep.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, she wanted attention, he wanted control, and we
Yeah,
wanted out. I like it. That's a good title.
good one.
All right. You ready to get into it?
Let's go.
Okay. Campaign was classic 5e high fantasy. After about 6 sessions, our monk, Zach, asked if his girlfriend, Tina, could join the game. She said she was, or he said she was really creative and had been wanting to try to role play. Okay. I'm always game for new players. I know you don't like to teach new players, but you can let your other players teach them, right?
Yes.
That
Yes.
sounds
I will,
good.
I will most definitely do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the other players can nurse them along. You don't have to do it. You got enough to do as the DM, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So she rolls up a tiefling bard. Does every new player play a tiefling first now? Is that a thing?
Oh, my first character was Tiefling, probably.
Ah, called it.
He wasn't the bard though.
My first character was a human, but I only had a choice of human, elf, or dwarf. Or a gnome, I think. Maybe gnome.
Yeah, you still remember your first character.
Yeah, he was a human fighter and he lived about like 12 minutes in the game.
Oh, that
Real
was
time,
back in the day.
12 minutes. He
Oh.
was dead like before I even had to erase anything on the character sheet. He was dead.
Oh, shit.
Old school D&D.
Brutal,
Yeah.
brutal.
All right, so she rolls a tiefling because everybody has to be a tiefling with their first character. She's a bard named Naira, who introduced herself mid-session by interrupting a tense standoff between our group and a cult lieutenant. She walked into the scene playing a lute and said, "Why fight when we can make music instead?" I already don't like this character.
You don't interrupt scenes, even if you
Yeah.
think that it is a good. If you are that good and you will add a lot to the scene, you don't interrupt scenes. You don't. You do give players space, air to breathe. You
Yes.
don't. You don't choke them.
You put the spotlight on others and then they put the spotlight on you. Never steal the spotlight. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
She's new though.
she's new. She doesn't know. And maybe she's got a plan. Maybe she's planning on casting a spell that calms emotions or something. Or something like that, right? So why fight when we can make music instead? The cultist rolled low on insight, so the DM played along and she diffused the fight.
Hold on 1 second.
What do you think, guys? How many of you, your first character was a tiefling? Is that a thing still? I see a lot of Dragonborns lately with new players. I'm not really sure why. Nobody wants to be a human anymore now that 2024 is out and variant humans are gone. So nobody really wants to be a human anymore. Plus, you get in 2024 rules, you get feats that are tied to your background. So kind of defeats the purpose of everybody wanting to be a variant human.
Kiddo always forgets that I want them be quiet for a couple of hours.
At least it's not way past their bedtime this time.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. So anyway, she diffused the fight. She tried this whole hippie come in, blowing on playing the lute and diffuse the fight with like love and peace. So the rest of the
With the
party thought,
flowers instead
okay,
of bullets.
what's that?
With the flowers instead of bullets.
Yeah, she's throwing flower petals on everybody and the fight stops.
Yeah.
So the rest of the party thinks, okay, she might be fun. This worked, right? Next session, Naira flirts with every party member.
Mm.
So she goes full bard stereotype.
She has her right to do
Yeah,
so.
why not? They don't have to flirt back, right?
Yeah, role play as you want.
Yeah,
If you wanna be flirty, then go ahead.
yeah,
Just
go
don't
for it.
interrupt people.
Right. That's just rude. So
Straight
their
up rude.
paladin, the party's paladin, is a 60-year-old ex-conscript with a dead family and a chronic leg pain.
Oh, Dr.
That's
House.
That's quite a backstory. Yeah, Dr. House. Dr. House in full plate armor. Naira says he's weathered like a tree with deep roots. I want to press my back against. Woo, she's getting saucy.
Ooh.
Right.
It's getting hot? Or
It's
is it
getting
just
spicy
me?
in here. And the table all laughs nervously. But Tina, apparently, this is what did she say his name was? Zach. Tina doesn't laugh. Like she's
Tina
being
is
serious.
Naira.
Tina is Naira. She's
Yeah.
being serious. She's being 100% serious, and they're laughing, thinking she's goofing, joking, right? So then she starts describing her outfit every session. Like, don't D&D player characters wear the same clothes every day?
Yeah.
Do you talk about how Rabir changes his clothes every day? He doesn't even wear pants. He's a satyr.
You see, this is a little different with the girls when they role play. I guess some of them like to
You gotta
dress
have-
up, and
They have a
when
wardrobe.
it- I think that's so. If it fits to them, they, as I told before, they bring in some flair, something that the guys don't bring in to the
Okay.
table, which makes it a little more feminine and more like versatile,
Yeah.
and sometimes can be cool. Okay, if her outfit doesn't include everything she wears up to the bone, so
Yeah.
if she is like I'm in like red dress, I'm in blue dress, something like that. Maybe there is a little necklace
Yeah.
and bracelet. All right,
All right.
okay,
Well, wait
whatever.
till you hear this. She starts describing her outfit. Remember, too, she does this every session. So she has a new outfit. So they're taking game time to discuss this one character's outfit every session. Always some variation of corset, soft boots, nothing underneath. She's very makes a point of telling everybody she's not wearing underwear, apparently.
Oh, nothing underneath.
Yeah.
I thought that she doesn't describe what she wears underneath.
No, she's not wearing anything under there.
All right.
So we get a
doesn't sound all that how to
descriptive.
no hygiene.
Oh yeah,
Hygienic.
that's not good. Yeah, especially in like a medieval fantasy world.
Yeah, they invented them for a purpose, Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And we wash them and we wash ourselves to keep everything clean. But we don't do that. We don't wear any. Maybe she takes baths every day too. Hopefully she doesn't describe that.
I hope she does it at least twice a day.
Twice a day? Yeah. So they get a weekly monologue about how Naira braids her hair, what perfume she wears, and how she leans in too close to people without noticing.
This is
So
a way too descriptive at this point.
yeah,
Okay.
she's really like stealing the show here, right?
Yeah. Perfume? I don't care. I couldn't tell $2 perfume from $1,000 perfume.
I probably, as the DM, would discourage her from this by telling her that when they're walking through the forest, that all of the animals smell her from a mile away. You're wearing perfume. Animals have good sense of smell, most of them, right?
Okay. Yeah.
She's easy
And
to
they are
find.
attacking you.
Yeah. So Zach's character, right? Tina's boyfriend, Zach, real life
Monk.
boyfriend, he's the monk, and he starts getting weirdly aggressive. He's jealous, probably, right? He's suddenly cold to the other players, always interrupting their dialogue. When our druid complimented Naira's harp playing, Zach immediately said, "My character doesn't trust you anymore."
Oh shit.
He doesn't like harps.
Escalating.
It's escalating, yeah. This is a personal conflict that's turning into a game conflict, right? Boyfriend
Doesn't
and
sound right.
girlfriend are John and Yokoing this D&D group,
Yeah.
right?
Somewhere there should start. Something like that.
Yes. Oh, don't look now, but it gets worse. This is what the writer says. It got worse. Whenever another player so much as talked to Naira, I assume he means character. Like they're talking to Naira through their characters, not the players talking to Tina. He's combining players and characters in the sentence. Zach's character would glare, or he would even get up and leave the room. The character, I assume. One session, Naira was unconscious after a fight, and the cleric healed her. Tina says Naira wakes up and softly touches the cleric's face. Zach immediately says, "I punched the cleric."
What the fuck?
What is
What's
happening?
wrong with these people?
Zach is confusing, or maybe both of them are confusing real life with game.
And they are both have serious problems.
Yes.
The guy is she provokes him. She definitely likes to provoke him.
Yeah.
He provokes himself easily. This is not gonna end up
I
well.
agree. I think
This is not a healthy relationship.
no, not at all. It's not healthy for their D&D game either.
Oh, they
Not,
should be gone from this D&D group.
yeah, they need to get out of this group. Naira's plays the harp and the lyre, or the lute, but Tina's favorite musical instrument is Zach, because she's playing him constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's playing his nerves
Yep.
like a guitar.
Yep. Yes. And she's obviously really good at it, and Zach is on edge.
She knows what she is doing.
She knows exactly what she's doing, I think. In real life, Zach and Tina start bickering in front of the rest of the group. Tina says, "You want to do these? You want to be Tina
Okay.
or Zach?"
Yeah, let me do probably Tina.
Okay.
Where-
The one that paragraph starts IRL.
Oh,
See it? And then Tina
but
says,
I punch cleric. The DM says, "Why, Zach? He touched her. He doesn't get to do that."
I
It's
hate
one
to
of those.
I hate to
When
break
I-
it to Zach, but a cleric has to touch to cure wounds.
Yeah, and there are also some, doctors in real life that also sometimes touch
Yeah,
people.
don't tell them that Tina probably goes to the gynecologist. Don't tell him that.
I'm also in real life pretty touchy. I
Yeah,
hug everybody. Either it is male or female, I don't care. But the ones who I know, of course,
yeah.
I
You
don't
don't
I
just
don't touch.
walk up and hug random people on the street.
Yeah, 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 and not all of those who I
You
know.
might get punched if you did that.
Not here. Here it is acceptable.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Some places in the US it's acceptable, and other places not so much. So never walk into a public bathroom and hug somebody.
We'll keep in mind.
That's a big thing here. You don't even talk to people in there here.
I don't talk to them in here as well.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So in real life, Zach and Tina start bickering in front of us. Tina says,
You're doing this because you're insecure.
and Zach says, you're making your character slutty on purpose.
You said I could play whatever I wanted.
Zach says, not if it's just you being weird with everyone. So they go outside. They leave the game and go outside and argue for 20 minutes. The rest of the players awkwardly sit around. Would you do that if they left to go argue outside? Wouldn't you just keep playing without them?
This is so awkward when you see a couple fighting in front of you. This look, just oh shit. I instantly want to leave.
Yeah, I do too. If I'm
This
the
is
DM, though,
uncomfortable.
I encourage everybody to get back into their characters and continue the game without them, just to get their minds off of what's going on with everybody else. I
Yeah,
would try.
at
Yeah.
least they went out, not proceeding with the passive aggressiveness. This is they have gone through the level of passive aggressiveness. Of course,
Yeah.
it gets like not passive; it is active aggression.
Active aggression. Yes. You're absolutely right. At least you're right. They at least took it outside, but everybody's feeling awkward. I would have tried to get everybody back into the game, but I wouldn't have been surprised if the game broke up at that point for the session. And everybody just went home and said, "Let them deal with it. We're out of here. We'll meet next week. Hopefully they don't show up."
Maybe take a 10-minute break
Yeah.
to call off to discuss something on the game not concerning the Naira and Zach.
Right. That's a good idea too. Get your minds off those two scene stealers. So we awkwardly sit around for 20 minutes and then they come back. We try to keep going with the game. Tina now plays Naira completely silent and withdrawn. Describes herself as grieving something she can't explain. Probably her dignity, because they both lost that a while ago, right?
They both did, yeah.
They're both grieving their dignity. They should be quiet. Let everybody
They
else have
both
the spotlight.
they both acted like dickheads, and
Yeah,
both were right
yeah,
towards to each other. They said the truth. Yeah, both
they
of them.
definitely did. So the session ends up ending early because nobody wants to keep playing in this awkward way. They skip the next week. They don't show up the next week. Then the DM gets a text. We're taking a break. Thanks for letting us try. I think we need to focus on our relationship right now. That's probably a good choice. I give them credit for being that self aware and stepping away.
This is what we're talking about. Uh, I got this. I got this thought that we need to focus on our relationship. Oh, do you remember we were talking about checking your significant other in a D&D game?
Yeah.
That's where you can see this true face without a mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And they
they
both did.
failed.
Yeah.
They
They
did.
both did. and they didn't like what they saw in each other. So you're right. They're right. They do need to work on their relationship outside the game.
A lot.
Probably D&D is not good for them to play together.
If D&D is not good for them to play together, then real life will not be good for them.
Yeah, that's
too.
probably true. I mean,
I don't know.
if they go out to a bar and some guy looks at her, does that cause an argument too? He
It
seems a
will.
little jealous, and she seems a little manipulative.
Yeah, they both told to each other exactly what it is.
Yeah,
He is insecure. She is acting slutty on purpose.
yeah, I think
And
so.
nothing else to say.
You want to read the TLDR?
Okay. TLDR. A guy brought his girlfriend into the game, and it instantly turned into a sexual tension minefield. She flirted with everyone. He got jealous. They argued in front of us, imploded the game, trying to work out their relationship via fantasy characters. This is not a TLDR, this is the complete story, actually.
Yeah, that's a little. You need a TLDR for the TLDR.
Yeah. I'd say that TLDR, she wanted attention, he wanted control. No, he wanted control. He is insecure, she is slutty on purpose. This is TLDR.
Yeah, yeah, and the rest
Everybody.
of the players are just sitting around feeling awkward. Right? Let's see some of the. I want to see some of the comments on this one. So, what does it mean when my wife played the cleric and let my character die? Dude, particular clock 1775 says, so what does it mean if my wife plays the cleric and lets my character die? Dude, have one of the kids or a neighbor test your dinner before you eat. She may be trying to kill you.
I would differentiate role playing with the real life though.
Yeah.
It might be okay, but I like this one. When she said she wanted to try role play, clearly D&D wasn't what she had in mind. She was up for something else.
She wanted to dominate him, and he didn't want to be dominated.
She didn't want to other people to be in the room at the moment they wanted to try role playing.
So maybe that's
completely wrong.
Maybe that's how they're fixing their relationship now. They're just doing private role play.
Private role play. This is the only way for them to fix things, to sort things out.
Yeah. I think I see a lot of people agree with both sides. So we may have some other commenters that need to work out their stuff with their significant other.
What?
Yeah, I see. It sounds like Tina did the slutty character on purpose to make a point. Actually, they spelled purpose wrong. And then somebody said that they were confused by the typo and they're imagining a dolphin in fishnets. Fishnet stockings, I mean, not like an actual fishnet.
No, I don't get this. I don't know.
He spelled, instead of spelling purpose, the commenter spelled porpoise, which is another name for a dolphin. Porpoise.
Okay.
So now he's picturing a slutty dolphin in fishnet stockings.
Just like on the purpose.
I love it.
So they have some of them support any of those?
Let's see. I don't see any that support him. I agree, and I'd add you need to discuss it with everybody at the table. No.
What else? What else should we discuss with you guys?
Yeah, this person says you should discuss it with everybody at the table. Nope. Never work out your private stuff in public. Wow, there's some really long ones. 100% agree. I've only been D&Ding for 3 years, but I've been writing a text-based role play for 16. In that time, my friends all women, non-binaries, and trans men. I've role played passionate romance. They get all graphic. Yeah, I don't know who he's agreeing with. I guess he's agreeing with.
He's just he or her is just trying to write fantasies, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And that's fine if that's the way your
He just
group
wants
wants to play and everybody's on board with it. But these guys weren't on board with them working out their private stuff in their game. So I think you have to respect everybody at the table, not just the people who agree with you. Right?
Yeah, I wonder if there are those groups who role play only like romantic novels stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to role play, there's room for that. I don't personally want to be at that table. That's not my thing. I don't want to get that graphic. I'm more of a fade to black guy, right? You have romance exists in the world, but when it gets to that point, it fades to black and we move on to the next character. Right? Do you play like heavy romance in your games?
Always fade to black.
Yeah, fade to black. Okay. I'm not saying there's not room for the people who want to play.
I don't even know.
graphically.
I don't even know how to do that. I have no idea what it
But you
would
had
ever supposed to
you
be.
said at the beginning of this stream that you've had more than 0 girlfriends, so you know how to do romance. You have kids.
But I don't know how to role play it. Like what exactly you role playing? You're describing what you're
Yeah,
doing
this writer says they get graphic.
in front of other people.
Yes.
So there are like at least 4 players and a D. Okay, 3 players and the DM.
Yeah.
And you are describing to each other what you're doing with all the details.
Yeah, I don't do that, but they're saying yes, all of it. Romance, passionate romance, deep love, graphic sex, political intrigue, even abusive relationships they role play.
I have an idea to do this description in a private room. When everybody have some pause or snacks, you can role play it in another room.
No, I don't want that game at my house though. We can play at your house, but not my house.
No. Fully dressed. Only role playing. Theater of the mind. Okay, like in in a Demolition Man, there was a scene when the sex become only virtual. They had to put the helmets on them, and there was no underdressing at all, or not even touching each other.
Oh, okay. Zach would be all for that. They wouldn't have to touch Tina.
Cleric would possibly heal her without touching as well.
Yeah.
So
maybe the cleric should have gotten healing word instead of cure wound.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. That would have solved this whole problem. All right, you ready for the next one? I don't want to get any more graphic than that on these comments.
Let's go.
All right.
Again, like I can read the.
You got it. Go for it.
Okay. So here is another horror story, which is from Rock Tornado Dog.
I think it's Rock Tornado G. Maybe.
I think that it is a dog combined with a tornado.
Rock Tornado Dog. Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like something.
I don't know what that is, but you go.
I don't know what Rock Tornado G means. Also,
I don't know.
You don't know.
Nope.
Getting TPK'd by the DM and his wife. Another
Ooh.
relationship-based story. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I think this might be good.
yeah, yeah.
Getting teased by the DM and his wife. This is going to be good. I think this is going to be juicy. Get ready.
It's gonna be juicy. Yeah.
So I joined in late to a session and didn't really know what was going on. For some reason, everyone was in the middle of fighting guards when all of a sudden a spooky unknown voice asked every character if they wanted help. One person says yes, and they told the voice that they wanted every single one of the player characters to be killed.
Oh, spooky.
So one of the players
Haunted.
just backstabbed their whole group. Right?
One second.
Okay.
Чего ты сейчас делаешь? Сейчас пол-11.
All right, guys. While Alex is gone this time, probably getting the kids to bed. It's 2 in the afternoon for me here in the US,
Okay,
but where he is, it's like 10 p.m.
Nah, hold on, John.
Yeah.
She wants to make a popcorn for kids right
Okay.
now because they are hungry. So it is going to be like.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
I don't think we'll be able to hear it
minutes.
on your mic. Or you want to just pause?
2 minutes.
All right.
Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
You can just hang out. You don't have to talk to anybody. And just like
I'll
a
just sit
little
here and look
break.
pretty.
Yeah, you're doing good.
You only say that because you're half the world away. I look much better from a distance.
So do I.
All right, guys. So while we're pausing, if you are watching the stream or if you're watching it back in recorded versions, we put out both, as you may know, if you watch our stuff at all. We'll put out the stream immediately. And then Alex does an amazing job editing and adding in images and things from what we talk about. He does an amazing job with it. I help provide the images and he does that. So anyway, whichever way you watch it, if you want to comment how you like to play, do you go ultra graphic? Do you do fade to black? Or do you avoid romance in your games altogether? I'm curious. My way or Alex's way, that's not the only way to play. And we are well aware of that. And we don't expect people to play one way or our way. I think if you follow me on social media, Instagram, OG Dice Jockey, I talk about a lot that there's a table for everyone. And there literally is. I don't care if you're average player, romance, more combat, more exploration, puzzles, whatever way you like to play. If you're an edgelord, probably going to have a hard time finding a group of people that lone wolfs it. But you can, or you play by yourself. There's a table for everyone. How'd it go, Alex? Is the popcorn going?
Now it is the peak.
The peak? Ooh, yeah. I think I can hear it a little. Oh, yeah, I definitely hear it. Nice.
Oh, and then the puppy now also.
Now the dog needs something. Our dog, a little Shih Tzu named Leonidas, because he thinks he's the king of the world. He loves popcorn. And if you even say the word pop, or we started calling it the P word, he goes berserk until you make it. and give him some. And what by some, I mean like his own bowl of it. So he likes that. Anyway, we were talking about a game for everyone, and I do believe that. So when we talk about these horror stories, don't think we're judging your game or the way you play. We're not. We do judge the stories, and we try to decipher who's right and who's wrong. And usually there's enough wrong to go around to everyone in some of them. Sometimes it's the player. Sometimes it's the DM. Sometimes it's everyone, but it's never the game. The game is never at fault. I don't care what game you're playing. Don't forget, too, next week we have a special episode where we're going to play Call of Cthulhu with a couple of our friends who are professional GMs. EJ is going to be DMing Call of the Cthulhu for us. Alex and I will be players, and our friend Lauren will also be playing in this game. So we're going to do a one shot. It may split into 2 episodes for our YouTube channel, but it is played as a one shot. So if you like Call of Cthulhu and you want to maybe learn how to play, or just watch some people get murdered by EJ, come and watch us. It'll be on Tuesday. We're recording it. Alex, when do you think it'll be live? What's the plan? Do you know?
I thought that we will go live.
Are we going to stream it?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we should stream it, and then we can do your edited versions later.
Yeah, with the 4 cameras. It's gonna go with the 4 cameras.
4 cameras and lots
yeah.
of images that are going to be really creepy since it's Cthulhu.
Awesome.
It's going to be good.
Awesome. Oh.
All right. Are we ready to go back in?
All right.
We didn't get very far, so I'm going to just start back at the beginning, if that's okay.
Yeah.
We only got like 2 sentences in. So I joined late. I joined in late to a session, and I didn't really know what was going on. For some reason, everyone was in the middle of fighting guards when all of a sudden a spooky unknown voice asked every character if they wanted help. One person said yes. One player said yes to this voice. And they told the voice that they wanted every single one of the player characters to be killed. This player who asked this just so happens to be the DM's wife. So I think she was probably put up to this by the DM, right?
She told a spooky voice that she wants everybody to get killed in the party.
Yeah. The wife of the DM.
Oh, okay. All right.
You think she did it on purpose because the
like
DM told her to? Her husband?
It sounds like she did it on purpose. I don't know about it, the DM.
Let's find out. Maybe they'll give us more information. So also, as a word of note, we were all level 6 at this point. Okay, so we can kind of picture how strong they are. Our backpacks all of a sudden have a magical force of nature trying to suck our bodies into our own backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Something kind of like a black hole is in our backpack sucking us in. Our very essence is going into our backpacks. Next thing I know, we're all separately rolling for grapple checks, I guess, against their backpacks. The DM did a group roll saying that he rolled a nat 20 for all of their backpacks to grapple them. So everyone has to roll a nat 20 or they would be grappled. Magically sucked into their bag of holding and immediately killed. This sounds dumb.
Incredibly dumb.
Yeah, this is one of the worst premises I've heard in a horror story. Why are you murdering all of your players with their backpack? Okay. As a reaction, because the only thing allowed for me to do was a reaction, I did silvery barbs on the guy doing this against me, and I ended up rolling a nat 20 on a grapple check. So I succeeded.
What? You
So,
actually did it.
yeah.
You see, D&D magic is in full power.
Well, what I'm confused about though is if they rolled silvery barbs on the person doing this to them, then their nat 20 wouldn't have counted. They would have had to re-roll. So then they probably wouldn't have needed to roll a nat 20. Pretty sure I'm right on that. Silvery barbs, I think, can negate a nat 20.
I don't know. Is it
Yeah.
a spell of a? Is it a spell or what is it?
Yeah. Silvery barbs is a spell. I'm going to look it up while we're talking just to
Okay,
make sure
since you
I'm
do it.
not reading it wrong. And I see you need to step away for a second anyway. So silvery barbs, yeah, I remembered it right. You magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. So that person rolled a nat 20 for the grapple check against the whole group. So silvery barbs should have negated that, causing each player to possibly make the saving throw against being grappled by their own backpacks. So great move, but I think maybe the DM didn't know about that. Yeah. So Alex, I did look it up, and silvery barbs does allow you to force someone to re-roll their roll. So by casting silvery barbs on whoever caused their backpacks to grapple them, they would have had to re-roll that nat 20, and then the whole party would have then had an opportunity to save against their own backpacks and not roll a nat 20. But let's move
Yeah,
on.
if DM rolled it in that 20, there is only one opportunity to
Yeah.
re-roll it. You can't go wrong with this
Yeah.
spell
So
then.
the DM obviously didn't do that, or maybe we're not understanding the scenario correctly. But anyway, this player did roll a nat 20 and saved, right? So they're like, wow, that's pretty cool. I'm not going to die in my own backpack.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Well, my hopes and dreams were immediately squashed when the DM proceeded to say, okay, the evil force is going to attempt to grapple you again. I roll less good this time. And then I am forcefully sucked into this bag with everybody else, this bag of holding. Every character failed their grapple checks then, and all got sucked into separate bags of holding. And then we see a third person view of our character's world being exploded into oblivion.
What is he up to?
I have no
The
idea. This
first thing
is,
and the second thing, you do not do that. Like party can't roll the same check for everybody to try. Like if they want to lockpick or they want to get out of the jail, they don't each of them roll for lock picking.
yeah, I don't like that
And the
he gave
DM does
himself.
not
Yeah,
and the DM does not re-roll. He doesn't say, okay, but she grapples you again.
yeah,
So what? It is gonna be eternal. I roll
total
in
railroad.
again, and you make me you force me to re-roll again and again.
Yeah, I don't like the one other thing I don't like about this is the DM did a group roll. to grapple them with their backpacks. He rolled once and got a nat 20, and that counted for everyone. That's not really how anything works. I don't like this. He's obviously forcing them to die in their own backpacks, and I'm now really believing that his wife is in on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
The whole world is going to collapse.
Because now they get sucked into their backpacks and the world explodes.
Yeah. Moving plot forward.
Yeah, exactly. Total railroad. So the world is exploded into oblivion, as our world was apparently a giant bag of holding. So the whole world was just a bag of holding.
Okay.
That they were living in. By the way, a bag of holding is an interdimensional space. So if they were wearing bags of holding in a world that was a bag of holding, it would have been destroyed anyway.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So thus causing an enormous explosion and causing a TPK. Rules as written, that's what raw means here. This is an impossible situation because you can't have a bag of holding in the first place that has a bag of holding inside it. That's what I just said. Sorry, I didn't read ahead. I just know that. You can't have an interdimensional space inside an interdimensional space. So the DM made this up and somehow felt it was appropriate to rule it as that was the causation of the explosion finally happening.
Divided by 0.
Yes. He's just making up his own rules, rewriting physics, all of it. I'm not sure,
right.
as a player, if you found out that you were living your whole life as a character in a bag of holding, I would be fine with the world exploding. How about you?
There is a possibility that the whole universe is just a particle of an atom in a huge world.
Yeah.
So we live in a particle of an atom. I don't care. If it is my world, then
Yeah.
I can live in it.
Yeah,
If it is a
many
bag of
people
holding,
think our whole existence is pointless anyway,
it
right?
is.
We live for a bunch of years, we die, and then that's it. That's all you get. I don't
That's okay.
personally believe that, but we won't get into that. Nobody cares about my beliefs. The DM then said to the guy who, said the guy who did this to us was the big bad, was the BBEG. So apparently the BBEG won. End of campaign.
Just like that.
I guess. And that this was supposed to be a longer campaign and not just 3 sessions. I thought at the beginning they said they were 6 sessions or something. No, he said they were 6 level. Yeah. So this was supposed to be a longer campaign and not just 3 sessions, but there just so happened to be all the exact worst possible scenarios that all coincided with each other, along with some unlucky nat 1 rolls to see what would happen. And that's why it was a TPK. I don't understand any of that. So the DM made a bunch of rolls and determined his whole world needed to end. And the players couldn't do anything about it.
So and I think I don't have any proof of that, but something makes me think that his net 20 was a bullshit.
I'm with you on that one too. I think this whole thing is made up nonsense that he coached his wife. Here's what you say when I ask this question. And then he made all the rest happen and fake the rolls.
Maybe he was burned out at DM.
I don't know. It says
he tired of DMing. He was tired of DMing and doesn't want to continue to move on, but to tell them I'm tired, guys. I don't know if I want to continue it. He decided, screw it.
maybe, but
Let's make an apocalypse,
the writer
interdimensional
said
apocalypse.
the writer said after he did all of this, he proceeded to say that he still wants to run a campaign for them and he would let them choose the theme they wanted for the new campaign. The majority of the people said they wanted a horror campaign setting. The writer of this letter says, I don't even know if I want to join another campaign with this guy. I put in a lot of work and effort with my previous character, and I feel like all the player autonomy had been frivolously taken away from me. They're right. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't understand. Then it doesn't make any sense right
Yeah,
now.
not at
Yeah,
all.
any ideas I had, they just crashed.
Yeah.
No
And I'm
more
with this
ideas.
person. They say, I don't think I can trust this guy DMing me anymore. He took zero responsibility for his decisions that he had made as a DM. And that is quite a huge deal, in my opinion. I
He just,
agree.
yeah, he just rolled, and guys, any of your actions don't matter at all.
No.
Nothing matters at all.
He
This is what's gonna
literally,
happen.
he literally made one roll, rolled a d20, and destroyed his whole campaign in the world.
Oh shit.
Right? I
I
don't like
hope
this
that
one.
there was only at least some chain of rolls.
I don't know. He said he made some, or this person said that he made other rolls, or that he told them that he made other rolls. But the only roll we hear about is when he rolled the nat 20 to suck them all into their backpacks.
This is why I wouldn't play with this DM,
Me either.
because this is because I don't like cheating in any games, especially in D&D. I
Yeah,
think that cheating in D&D is the next level of stupidity.
it is. My favorite rolls in D&D are nat 20s and nat 1s, because that's where all the fun happens, right? The nat
That's
20s are hero and the nat 1s are failure. And I love both of them.
this is why that happens.
Yes. Yes. And we love
Exactly.
nat 4s because those are
Yes.
chaos.
Yes. Nets are awesome, and they
Yes.
do happen.
Yeah. And if you fake them or avoid them or you always succeed at everything, what's the point of playing?
No point.
Right.
The
That's
best.
like this DM just blowing up his whole world on one roll.
This is why I wouldn't play with him if
Nope.
he will do that. I don't tweak. I don't tweak results of dices even if that doesn't play as I would want it to play. I don't. I don't blame DMs who might do that from time to time. At least in fights, I guess it can happen, but not when the storytelling is going on. If
Yeah.
the storytelling is going on, this is not a fighting. When you see that the party is going for TPK, you might tweak a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes some rolls. If you see that the next fireball is going to finish them all, you might consider, okay, on my fireball didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
But
there's
I wouldn't
plenty
do
of
the even
ways.
that.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to make things happen in your game. And if you're really just tired of running the world you're running, tell your players, look, guys, I don't like where this campaign's going. It's just not fun for me anymore. So, how about if we just start over next session, or this session, we'll make new characters. You tell me what theme you want. And next session, I'll start running the theme you want and we'll start fresh because I'm really not feeling this campaign. If a DM came to me and said that and they were honest, I'd be fine with it. I just want to play the game.
Yeah, doesn't matter
Or
if it
even
is
keep
in
your
the next
same
campaign.
characters and we'll do something else.
I would be okay with that as well. You
Yeah.
told and on one of previous streams, you told that you don't like when the thing is unfinished.
Yeah.
You just especially specifically hate that. We were talking about Kafka,
Yeah.
that most of his
It
books
was
were
unfinished.
unfinished.
Yeah.
And you told that you actually hate it. So this might feel also like an unfinished campaign.
It might,
But
though, but I think I would put aside my own personal feelings about leaving it unfinished if I thought it was going to help out this DM, right? Like if this DM's really feeling that strongly about not wanting to go forward with this campaign, then it wasn't going to end well anyway. Look at how it did end. So I think I would put aside my own feelings and say, all right, let's start something new and we'll do something everybody's going to have fun doing. Otherwise, you may, like you said, the DM gets burned out and then just quits on you. And now you have no game.
right.
Yeah.
As for me, I'm okay with the unfinished as long as I had fun following the plot or whatever it is, like
Yeah.
series episodes or a game. If it is not done and it doesn't have a like final arc,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that as long as I had fun playing it or watching it or reading
Yeah.
it. I'm okay with the experience I had. It doesn't have to conclude. That's what I think. And if a DM is burned out and he is really like doesn't want, I'm fine with that. Okay,
Yeah.
we can. I can imagine what could happen, or it is just becomes the new reality. It always stuck in this moment.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right.
Yeah.
But the
I
finishing
get it.
like that, making your wife make this line, eerie voice, spooky voice from something, and you are meaningless and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Eh,
none of your choices matter. You're just sucked
yeah,
into a backpack and die. That's so unfulfilling.
unfulfilling. Right,
Yeah,
right.
bad. Um, that's the end of that one. Did you want to squeeze in one more? Do you have another
W-
shorter one?
no, the another one is long. I think that we had
Okay.
a bunch of good ones today,
Yeah, we
and
did.
also I think that if you want to use those as reels for Instagram, the only thing I would want to say also that people watch our horror stories, but they rarely press like buttons. Some of them do, and I think that you are on with me on that. We appreciate those likes,
Yeah,
but
we do.
most of
Like
them
us,
do not.
subscribe to the Nat Happens channel so that you see when we put out new material right away. You don't have to watch it right away. As I said before, Alex does an amazing job of cutting these into individual stories that you can watch later. His editing is amazing. You get some really creepy visuals that are funny sometimes too. Uh, like the guy
Funny.
flipping the table. That's one of my favorite ones. Uh, that
It
was
was you
a
who sent it me, no?
yeah, I did. I did that one. I told him that I help you to come up with some of the images, but you edit them all in there and make it look cool. Our intro was all Alex. He did not sing it. I asked him. You may have heard that earlier. He didn't sing it, but he can because he is
Yeah,
an expert musician and singer, uh,
I can do it like
trained
right now.
trained singer and musician. Um, so yeah, do like and subscribe. Uh, share it with somebody, whatever. We appreciate that. Every person who likes and watches, comment on it. And if you have a horror story, send it to us. If you even want to come on with us, we'll have you on to tell your story, and then we can judge you directly while you're here with us. or your DM or the other player that your horror story is about. But if it's about you, we will definitely judge you. Okay.
Yes, we will. We will.
See, I told you. He's brilliant.
Yeah, that
He's brilliant.
happens. Yeah.
Who doesn't
Next
want
time.
to add this to their life? You have enough time to hear this awesome entertainment. And also don't forget about Call of Cthulhu next week with our two guests, EJ and Lauren. It's going to be awesome. And I'll tell you, the last two times I played Call of Cthulhu with EJ, one of my characters is lost for good in the dream realm or something, and the other one just got eviscerated, just like one shot dead. So new character for all of us for this one. We'll see. EJ likes to kill my characters. I don't know what that's about.
With the pine cones?
No, never pine cones. The last one is like a zombie dude ripped me apart.
How long did you stay alive?
I think it was a one shot that we were playing through, and it lasted about 3 hours ish. And my character was alive through 2.5 hours.
And also, I had a question. Should I look through the rules? Or do you think
He'll
that
he'll
should
you through it. You don't even need to. The only thing you will need though is bring a set of dice, but you're mostly only going to need your D100 because that's mostly rolling damage and stuff like that. If we get in fights, you'll need other dice, and once in a while you might need other dice, but mostly it's D100s in Call of Cthulhu. So EJ will walk us right through it. He'll tell you what to roll and when. And keep in mind, when you're rolling D100s in Call of Cthulhu, you mostly want to roll low.
This is not up to me.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately.
So if you can like talk to your dice and convince them to behave for one episode,
I will spend a week training them.
Train them up. Train them to roll low, because most other TTRPGs, D&D, you mostly want to roll high. So you got to train them up to a new game.
They are not all of that smart though, and don't listen to me
say
all the
that
time.
right in front of them. They can hear you.
Yeah. Do I need both?
Yes. Yeah, because most how Call of Cthulhu works is all of your skills are given a percentage value. So say you have like a 60 in punching someone, okay, in fighting or whatever it's called. So if you roll 59 or below, you succeed, or 60 or below, you succeed. If you roll 61 or above, you fail.
Oh.
Right? But there are some other things, like you have luck points that you can use. You have a pool of luck points. So say you roll a 62 and you need a 60 to succeed. You can use 2 luck points to get your roll down to 60 so that you succeed. But when you run out of luck points, you're out of luck points.
I will have to get used to this system when I roll lower is better than I roll higher.
Exactly. And EJ's a pro. He runs this game very well. Best I've seen anybody run it. So he'll talk you through the whole thing. You'll see. So, but get prepared. Don't get too attached to your character.
It is not mine. I just made some flavor for him. I took him.
Yeah. Call of Cthulhu is very unforgiving compared to like D&D. Like there's no death saves. There's none of that stuff. You don't have these like 100 hit points. You don't have any of that stuff. You're playing a normal dude with normal abilities, and they're very easy to kill. Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be a blast. And I think best case scenario, we all die or we succeed and we all live. But either way, I'm up for it.
Awesome. On this beautiful note, we can wrap up for today.
Sounds good.
Waiting for the next Tuesday.
Always a pleasure to judge people's horror stories with you, Alex.
Me too. Me too. You're the best judge I've ever seen in this field.
I am very judgy. Everybody says so.
All right. See you guys.